Do you want to earn more? It's been suggested you have to learn more. Do you want to grow? It's been suggested that you need to know more. So, if you want to learn and keep learning, if you want your kids to have the best possible education, if you need training and education to have a career or business that you love, or you just love to learn about new stuff, what's the best environment to learn in? And if you learn something, how do you remember it? As the owner of the Max International Colleges, it's been a driving force for me. We used to have 23 classrooms, lots of chairs and tables, lots of air-conditioned air, lots of artificial light, and of course that's not the best way to learn. Common sense tells us that. If you take out the biggest muscles in your body and sit on your backside, how can your brain possibly be working effectively? If you're breathing in artificial air versus fresh air and sunshine, and if you've got artificial light coming through your eyes versus sunshine, there's no way that we can learn the best. So why do we put kids in a classroom? And it's something that I don't understand, and I'm not a parent, but if I was, I would never send my kids to school, and I know that's a very controversial thing to say. But I have the right to say that for many reasons. Number one, I hated school, and now I know why. I felt like at school I wasn't learning the things that I was excited about. And one of the things I would love to happen from day one of school is we ask our kids, what are you excited about? What do you want to learn about? What makes you happy? What are the things that you want to know about? Because is it possible that if we get them into the habit of learning about the things that they love, that they might even want to learn about more stuff? If somebody wants to be a football player, and obviously we want them to learn about history and geography and maths and science and how to read and how to write, but why not associate all of those learning curves with the thing that they are the most excited about? Education for me is the most important thing in the world, because I'll share again, if you want to earn more, you need to learn more. If you want to grow, you have to know. But if you're not learning, it seems that there's a lot of people that have just stopped learning. And is it possible that's because they hated school, they hated the learning environment? I have an interesting situation now because I'm involved with a lot of children, and I talk to them directly after school, and I always ask, tell me what you learned today, what was exciting about school today, who did you speak to, what did you talk about, what did you learn today? And I really push the point because I want them to share with me so they can hear what they learned today. And it's really interesting because a lot of children share with me that last year they didn't learn very much because they didn't like their teacher. This year they're learning more because they've got a better teacher. What makes a better teacher? And one little boy said to me, well, my teacher this year doesn't yell at me all the time. Interesting. I'm sharing that with you because I think I've been to more schools around the world than anybody. And I know that's a big statement to make, but I've been to schools in every state of Australia, hundreds of them, if not thousands. I've been to schools all over New Zealand, primary schools and high schools. I've been to schools in the UK, in Belgium, in America, from little kids, 5-year-olds, right through to universities. And one of the things I'm really challenged by is if you become a teacher, if you become a lecturer, if you become a professor, if you are teaching people, if you're an educator, should the number one passion in your life be, I want to teach people how to learn effectively? Sadly, I deal with too many teachers who have become teachers because they want the long holidays, and in Australia or New Zealand, they're quite long. Or I want the short days, which is only 9 till 3 versus a normal day, which is 9 till 5. And the beautiful teachers, the passionate teachers, the teachers that are really excited about helping people to learn will all share with me that their day is never 9 till 3, and they do lots of stuff in the school holidays that's involved with them becoming better teachers and them doing ongoing learning and them wanting to get better and better at what they do. But I deal with, and I don't want to share a percentage, but it's a much, much higher percentage of teachers that hate what they do. They don't like being a teacher. They're doing it for the money. If you then combine that with the teachers are not, they might be standing up in the classroom, but they're sucking in artificial air and light as well. They go into the teacher's staff room at morning tea, afternoon tea, lunchtime, and again, sit down, eat crappy food, talk negative stuff. I've been in those environments. Now, I'm not talking about all teachers, but it's a large number of them. So it's negative, 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 artificial air, artificial light, kids that they don't like. And it's an interesting communication tool there, isn't it? You like the people that like you. So if you learn a child's name and you're excited and passionate about what they want to do with their life and you want to help them learn about the things that they're excited about, and you don't yell at them and you don't scream at them and you don't nag them and you don't tell them what to do, you treat them like a beautiful person, is it possible that the student, the child, will respond to that? Now, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but I've had a lot to do with learning, a lot to do with education. I hated school. I ran away from home when I was not even 15. And yet here I am as an old lady, and I study every single day. I'm learning every day, training every day, educating every day. Not other people, and yes, I do that, but myself. I am an absolute committed learner to a bare-ass minimum. I call it my BAM education time of 2 hours every day. There's 24 hours in a day, and I spend 2 hours of those 24 every single day learning about anatomy, physiology, exercise programming, nutrition, how business works, how to communicate effectively, how to be financially free, because they're the things that I bang on about every day. They're the things that I'm teaching every day. I'm teaching how to be healthy, fit, and strong. I'm teaching how to have a career or business that you love. I'm teaching how to be financially free. And I'm teaching people to be great communicators with themselves and with other people. So I have to keep learning. I get really, and you'll hear this in my voice, I get really, I'll say fascinated, because it's a really interesting thing for me to consider. Somebody that has 30 years of teaching experience is often just 1 year of experience repeated 30 times. And I use that example all the time, because there's a lot of teachers, lecturers, educators that have never done any updated education since the day they left school or since the day they left university. And even if they have to, because they've got to get a piece of paper signed to say, I'm doing updated on ongoing education, they go to a conference or they go to a seminar and they're not listening. They're on their phone, they're on their... I've watched school teachers at a school teachers conference there to do ongoing learning, and they're doing Amazon shopping or Temu shopping on their phone instead of listening to the ongoing education. People can do whatever they want, I get that, but I'm really concerned about our kids. I want our kids to learn, to be excited about learning, to get all the information they possibly can about being healthy, fit and strong, having a career or business that they love, being financially free and having great people in their life. And I'm sharing those 4 things for a reason. What would your life be like if you were concentrated on learning and training and educating every day on how to be healthy, fit and strong and applying the education, how to have a career or business that you love and applying that education and training, how to be financially free and applying that education to your own personal life, and how to have great relationships with yourself and with other people, how to be a great communicator, and how to apply that to your relationships, to the way you communicate with yourself and to the way you communicate with the people that you love and the people that you don't love, the ones that are giving you a hard time. What would life be like if we had a dedication to that kind of education? But sitting on your backside, sucking in air-conditioned air, artificial light, listening to negative stuff that you're not interested in. And anything that you're not interested in, that you're forced to learn about, is negative. I'll use another classic example. I love music. And my father bought me a piano when I was very young, and I wanted to play piano. But I had a piano teacher that if I ever made a mistake, she'd whack me over the hand with a ruler. So I didn't want to go to learn piano anymore, so I didn't. I stopped. Very interestingly, as an old lady, I was doing a bit, and this is ironic, I was at a school teachers conference. I was one of the keynote speakers at a school teachers conference. And the room that I was speaking in had a piano, and I was there early as I always am. I sat down at the piano and I started playing the piano. And the teachers started coming in, conference, and Rowie, we didn't realise that you played piano, or we didn't realise we were coming to a musical concert, and I was talking about how to be healthy, fit and strong and how to get our kids healthy, fit and strong at the teachers conference. But I'm sharing that with you because when you are in an environment that is relaxed and comfortable and you want to learn, then you do. Now, I was only playing the 2 or 3 songs that I had learnt before I got my knuckles wrapped with a ruler, but I now have a piano in my home. I love music and I play every day. I'm sharing that with you because I want our kids to be passionate about life. And we all love different things. Not all kids love maths. Not all kids love art. Not all kids love sport. But if we've got a healthy, fit, strong body and a healthy, fit, strong brain and we're excited about learning, isn't it possible that A, we'll learn about the things that we love and learn the most we possibly can? And if you become really good at something, is it possible then that you can be financially free? You can have a career or business that you love. And if you learn about being healthy, fit and strong and have a body and brain that works effectively, is it possible that you'll be able to live your life to the max? I don't just say that as a statement. I want to live my life at 100% healthy, 100% loving what I do, 100% financially free, and 100% of all the people in my life that are in my inner circle to be beautiful, kind, respectful, loving people. Now, I would love that for everybody, but it doesn't fall out of the sky in a pretty pink box. You actually have to learn about how to do that stuff. That's what I'm learning about every day. That's what I teach every day. That's what I want to live every day. Because is it possible that our kids don't listen to what we say because what we do speaks so much louder? It screams to them. So I want to live the example of healthy, fit and strong. I want every child in my life that ever looks into my life to see there's an old lady who's healthy, fit and strong. And they say that to me regularly. Rowie, you're so old, but you're so healthy and you're so fit and you're so strong. My whole life I've had a career that I've loved. I've been financially free for a very long time, and I would never have negative, horrible people in my life. So I'm living the example of what I teach, and I think that's the most important thing about being an educator. Not just to talk about what you want people to do, but to live the example. I want everybody to live their life to the max.